Welcome to all. Today we are discussing about new subject Big Data Analytics. So this is the new subject in the semester. So Big Data Analytics, how to perform the analysis on big data that are discussed in this subject. Today we are discussing about introduction to big data. These are the contents that we are discussed in today's session. Introduction, history, differences between traditional database and big data, different types of analyticals, so applications of big data, which tools are used for big data, outcomes and objectives of the big data course. So big data is a collection of data sets that are large and complex in nature. Simply, data which are very large in size is called as a big data. So what is meant by big data? Big data is a data, the size is very large and the structure is in complex. The data is called as a big data. They constitute both structural, semi-structural and unstructural data. So big data consisting of structural data, semi-structured data, unstructured data. What is meant by structured and what is meant by unstructured? Structured data means when we are storing the data on the database, it follows some structure. So for example, when we are using Oracle or SQL, the data is stored in the form of structural way. So that is the data is stored in the form of table, rows and columns. That is structural data. Unstructured data means the data stored in the database, it not follows any structure. So the data is arranged on the database in the random fashion. So then it is called as an unstructured data. So big data maintains structured, semi-structured and unstructured data that grows large so fast that they are not manageable by the traditional database systems or conventional statistical tools. So simply which data is called as a big data means if the size is large, if data size is large, traditional database systems are not manageable for that data. Conventional statistical tools are not supported to manage that data is called as a big data. Next, coming to the history, the big data has been in use since the early 1990s, although it is not exactly known what first used the term. Most people credit to John or Masley, so who at the time worked at Silicon Graphics for making the term popular. So the big data is introduced in the 1990s, but it is very popular in 20th century. So when coming to the history of big data, so in 1990s, the system, for example, we are considering the system capacity. In 1990s, the hard drive capacity is 1 GB to 20 GB and RAM capacity is 64 to 128 MB and the processing speed is 10 kbps. So when go to 2014, the hard drive capacity is 1 TB and RAM capacity is 16 to 14 GB and the speed of the processing speed of the particular system is 10 Mbps. Okay. In future, for example, the hard drive capacity is 100 TB or 100 T and above 100 TB. So traditional systems or traditional databases are support this large amount of data for storing, not supported. So what we are doing in that situation? For example, if organization maintains all the data in the database, so if we are getting huge amount of data about this capacity, for example, this database capacity is 50 TB. So every time it get the store the data, it get a huge amount of data. So if the data is comes for this database above 50 TB, so the system is not supported traditional databases for storing large amount of data if we are getting huge amount of data. So then what we are doing, then go to data center. So third party to store all the organization data on the data servers, on the data centers in data servers. So all, if capacity is not supported, then go to data servers. All the data is stored at the data servers. So data servers contains large amount of databases. So all the data is stored on the database. So whenever the organization want to particular data related to our organization, so using of programs to retrieve the data from the data servers, or using of applications to retrieve the data from the data servers to organization database. So in that situation, the problem is to go to third party for storing the data. So if you go to third party, you pay money for third party. So when we are getting huge amount of data, the data is stored on the data servers or data centers. So we pay some money. So money is increased. Money cost, the cost is increased. And the second thing is, if we are retrieving the data from the data servers using of programs, data servers contains large amount of data. So to retrieve the data from data servers to data organization, it's a time taking process. It is a time taking process. It takes lot of time. So in that situation, we are using big data. In that situations, we are using big data. So what is mean by big data? Big data is a data when we are storing large amount of data on the databases or data servers. It follows two characteristics. One is the data is stored in the distributed manner. The data is stored in the distributed manner. Another one, the data is, if any client want to, or if any organization want to retrieve the data, so the server is give the task to parallelly to the all the systems. So it run in two characteristics. One is distributing, another one is parallel processing. Distributing means the data is stored in the different servers. So the data is distributed to different sub-servers. Processing means parallel processing means whatever we are giving the task to the server, the task is divided into different systems or different servers. So parallelly all the systems are run the same task. Okay. So for example, first characteristic, distributed of data, distribution of data means, so if the data is same data is stored in two or more systems. So if any problem is there on one server, the data is available on the another server. So that is the main advantage. So another thing is, so if the data is if data task is divided into or partition into multiple systems. For example, if a person doing work, particular work on one day, so if same work will be doing four members in 6 hours, so same work will done by three or four members. The work is completed in 6 hours. Okay. So same work will be done by one person. It takes 24 hours. So the time is increased if the person doing the work. If the multiple persons are doing the same work, the time will be decreases. So in the same way, whatever we are giving the task to the server, the task is executed to multiple servers. The time is reduced and increases the performance. When we are retrieving the data from the data servers, it reduces the time by using of parallel processing to provide the security for the distributed processing. Okay, so these two characteristics we run the big data. What is the differences between traditional database system to big database? So characteristics of traditional database and big data. Volume. So volume means size. So in traditional database system, the data should be gigabytes or terabytes. Whereas big data, the data should be petabytes or zettabytes.